Hey guys, it's Jess. So first of all I want to apologise yet again for the lack of videos. Thank you to everyone who keeps sticking around. It's just been really hard to find time to make videos, and this is the only free moment I have this week, so I'm gonna just do a request. As you can tell from the title, this one is going to be for Rue and Thresh, the District 11 tributes of the 74th Hunger Games. This was requested by quite a few people, so I thought I'd get this one done while I had the time. So to start off, we're going to be doing a bit of light reading, because I'm sick to death of people saying, why is Rue black? Why is Thresh black? They never wrote that they were black. Number one, go and read the book properly. Number two, why would it matter if they were described as white and they were black? So, page 55 of the Hunger Games. This is when Katniss is watching some of the reapings from the other districts. And most hauntingly, a 12-year-old girl from District 11. She has a dark brown skin and eyes, but other than that, she's very like Prim in size and demeanour. Yeah. Brown skin. She's only like Prim in size and demeanour. I don't know how many times I have written that in comments, but there you go, done. Now that that's out of the way, I'll start off with Rue, seeing as she's a lot of people's favourites. So, Rue was our 12-year-old tribute from District 11 who no one volunteered for. Very sad. I'll start off with saying that Amanda Stenberg, who played Rue in the film, absolutely brilliant. And if you're a watcher of my videos, you know that I'm just like obsessed with who they cast for every single character in the Hunger Games. They couldn't have done a greater job. It has to be some of the best casting I've ever seen in my life. So she's pretty much exactly what I pictured when I read the books. She's so small and innocent looking, and she has those big wide eyes, and just seeing her makes you want to cry because you know what's going to happen to her. Now, I was hoping in the movie we'd actually see some of the other people being raped and we'd get their reactions. You know, that didn't happen. It's not like it's a crucial moment in the books like it was for Prim and Katniss and Peter. So that's okay. I would have loved to see the reaction of like the District 11 people to when Rue is raped, and kind of the start of their rebellion. But as you know, later in the movie we get a bit of that, so that was really cool. I'll get to that later though. Now, I absolutely loved the scene in the training centre when Cato was yelling at the boy from District 6 for taking his knife, and Rue's up in that contraption. Kind of, I guess it's like a tree-like structure where you'd have to climb it, but you're all harnessed in. And she's got the knife. I absolutely loved that they did that in the movie. That was really well done. And then they had Katniss smile and Thresh smile. I thought that was really beautiful. It kind of sucks for the boy from District 6 though, because then you see him getting like killed by Cato in the bloodbath and you're like, awkward. And we don't see much of Rue's interview in the film. She doesn't even speak it. Caesar saying, so you're pretty fast. Like just relaying back what she said already, and I was like, bummer, because she has the cutest little voice. That doesn't really matter. Like at least they showed her sitting with Caesar. So then we go to the arena, and I was really hoping, okay, so I was really disappointed with the whole arena. Just, oh, they could have done it so much better. They spent way too much time in the capital, and then they didn't have enough time to really grasp what the arena is, which you really needed. Like, the entire book is basically 2/3 in the arena, and we only get it's like 45 minutes in the arena, I think, in the movie, which is crap when you think about it being almost 2.5 hours. Anyway, I won't go on about that right now, but I remember when I was at the midnight screening and we saw Rue for the first time in the trees pointing to the Tracker Jack and Nest, and she was like, cut it down and throw it, and so all the people just like started like cracking up laughing. It was so good, and every time I go and see the film they get the same reaction, and I think it was so cute because you're like, she's a smart one. But I would have liked to see her jumping through the trees away from the Tracker Jack and Nest, because you don't really get that she's good at climbing trees in the film. Like, I know my sister went to see it and she hadn't read the books, and she was like, oh, I thought Rue might have got taken out by those wasp thingies, and I was like, yeah, they probably should have shown her running away. And then you've got her taking care of Katniss, but you've just got these leaves plastered onto her hand, and you don't know why she has that. Like, it's a really hard movie to grasp if you haven't read the books. They tried their best to make it non-book reader friendly, but it really wasn't, because I've had to explain to so many people what was happening. But that whole scene with Katniss giving her the other leg of the goosling for Rue to eat was really nice bonding, and Jen and Amanda had really good chemistry. They had really good chemistry. So then we come to Katniss and Rue saying goodbye to each other, and you know what's gonna happen, and my heart was already like falling out of my chest, and I was finding it hard to breathe in the cinema the first time I saw it. I will say that Rue's death was not how I pictured it. Obviously they didn't stick to the book. Some aspects I liked, some I didn't. Okay, so when Katniss hears Rue and she goes running towards her and then cuts her free of the net, which doesn't happen in the book. Rue gets speared while she's still stuck in the net. I think that was a good addition, because Katniss was like so relieved that Rue was okay and it was going to be okay, and then Marvel comes and yep, you know. Also, why can't we just have the arrow in the throat? Come on, it wouldn't have been that hard and not that gruesome. Come on. Anyway, yeah, and then Rue's like pulling out the spear. That was pretty oh, so sad. So I liked that they didn't change it too much, and that they flashed back to District 11. I did not like how short Katniss singing to Rue was, and that if you hadn't read the books you wouldn't know that Rue liked, her favourite thing was singing. They included burying her in flowers and everything, but I don't know, it just wasn't dragged out long enough. I don't know. It didn't really give me the full impact of her death until they flashed back to District 11 and they were going crazy. That was the part that made me cry. I didn't actually cry when Rue like took her last breath. And I think, I don't know if I'm biased, because if any of you have seen Mainstay Pro's video, and if you haven't I'll leave a link in the description, but it's an amazing fan-made video that was made way before the movie came out, but of Katniss and Rue's death, and it was done exactly like the book, and it was brilliant. It was gory. Did you guys notice that in the film Rue didn't have like a spot of dirt on her or anything? It was just like she'd been living easy, and so annoying. God, this video is gonna go for forever. I'm sorry guys. Okay, let's just go to Thresh. I loved Deo as Thresh. Brilliant choice. A lot of people were like, oh, he wasn't big enough to be Thresh. I think he was. He was certainly big enough. People were like, oh, he should be bigger than Cato. But Cato was tall, yeah. but they would have had the same amount of muscle. And you have to remember, Kato was training, whereas Thresh got his muscle from working, so they would have had a different sort of muscle build, different strengths. So we don't get much of Thresh. Well, we don't get any of Thresh in the interview. We don't get much of him in training either, which I was disappointed about, but I was like, oh yeah, we'll see way more of him in the arena. Nope. Seriously, give us some Thresh. I thought with the film, I was like, great, we'll get to see the careers, what they're up to while Katniss is doing her thing, and we'll get to see Thresh in the long grass and what's in the long grass, that sort of thing. Unanswered questions that we don't get in the books. No. We don't even see Thresh. We see him in the bloodbath, then he pisses off, as you do, and we see him once more at the feast to kill Clove. Oh, I was so disappointed. I love Thresh, and I really wanted to get more of him in the film because we don't get much in the book. We got less of him in the film than we did in the book. Ridiculous. And don't even get me started on him not getting a death scene. Freaking hell. How hard would it have been to add him and Kato fighting? For him to get killed by Mutts, and then after Foxface made it further than Thresh in the books. That was so slack to Foxface to kill her off 5th. Damn it! I love Foxface, don't do that to her. So yeah, and in the film it's assumed he's killed by the Mutts. But the Mutts weren't released in the books before Thresh was dead, because Thresh was one of the Mutts. Ugh, so annoying. And people are like, well, did Thresh die by the Mutts in the book? Well, no. It's assumed that him and Kato fought because Thresh took District 2's bag and District 11's from the feast. Then he ran off and Kato came out, sobbed over Clove, which should have been in the film, and then ran after Thresh, and then Kato later has the contents of the District 2 bag, so the only way he would have been able to get it is if he was there when Thresh died to grab the bag before the hovercraft came. So I would say it's most likely that Kato killed him in battle to avenge Clove's death and to get his district bag back. Anyway, oh, I'm so disappointed that they didn't put in a death scene for Thresh, because he definitely deserved it. Deserved a final goodbye, and then like they'd had all the impact on District 11 when Rue died, but they had nothing for Thresh, like as if that would happen. So yeah, this video has gone way longer than I thought it would, but please leave your comments below on your thoughts on Rue and Thresh, whether you liked them or whatnot, whether you liked what they did with them in the film or you didn't, like me, what you thought of Amanda and Dio playing them. Anything you like in the comments below. As usual, any more requests, leave them below. I do have a massive list of requests, so there may be a bit of a wait, but I will do every request that you send me. I promise that. It's just finding time. Anyway, I love you guys for sticking around with me. Happy Hunger Games.